Okay, before we begin this video, I'm gonna be a bit basic here and just let you know that I am giving away an Ellipsity plushie. Since I can't distribute to all the non-members out there because of my shop option, you know, for those who are members, they can go to my shop every Friday at a certain time and pick up a plushie if they arrive on time for only 5 diamonds. Non-members apparently can't do that, so for non-members, I'm gonna be basic and ask you to subscribe to the channel and comment your username and your favorite video, anything you like about my channel. I'm not too picky on that. And when we reach 8,000 subscribers, I will give that plushie. Okay, you get the idea. I'm not going to explain, but yeah. Watch me be basic and ask you to subscribe for a giveaway. Sorry, non-members. I wish the shops were open to non-members as well. Anyways, hello everyone. So I really ought to make more of these opinion videos. I'm making so many at this point, but this is something that I've had an opinion on, a pretty strong opinion on, for like the past 4 years. No, not past 4 years. Like ever since I joined Animal Jam, it's something I've had an opinion on. And I know by now you've probably thinking, I've seen so many of these too old for Animal Jam videos. They're a dead topic now. Stop making videos on them. Yes, I totally get that, but has anyone ever given you like the unfiltered thought of it? They just say, oh, if you're an adult, but if you just want to have fun and if you're not hurting anybody, you can play Animal Jam all you want. It's always that sugar-coated stuff. Well, I have my honest, stern opinions on it. And I'm just gonna say, if you are over 18 and you play Animal Jam, that's fine. It's totally fine. But has anyone ever actually sat down and told you if you're going to be an adult playing a kid's game, you're gonna have to live a certain way, you know? You can't be going around playing the game like everyone else, okay? You can't play like the kids in the game. People should be aware that if you're an adult playing a kid's game, you need to act how an adult would act around kids. You need to be respectful, you need to be mature. You can't be getting involved in drama. You know, this is something that I'm so surprised none of those how old is too old videos talk about. They never sit down and talk about like what you must do if you're going to be an adult playing a kid's game. Because to this day, I still see adults, literally grown adults, getting involved in Animal Jam drama, publicly posting on their story if they had beef with someone. And it's just that's one of the things that makes adults look so bad playing this game. Like, does it not embarrass you? You know what I'm saying? So my opinion on that is play Animal Jam all you want if you're going to act appropriately and maturely around kids. But if you're really going to play like every other little kid on the game and say, oh, it's a kid's game, and then use it as an excuse and say, oh, I'm a child inside, I never really grew up. My advice for you would be to log off the dang computer, quit Animal Jam ASAP, get a job, and work like the rest of us adults out there. You know what I'm saying? Or go to college. And I probably sound like a hypocrite because I don't exactly have a job, but I do go to college. And that is my priority in life. Animal Jam is a side hobby thing, you know? It's not my career choice. It's definitely not something I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I will be here for a while, but I can't say I'll be here forever. Can you imagine how weird and awkward that would be if I were still in my 50s playing Animal Jam and making videos for it? It'd be a little bit weird, you know, unless I was actually doing a service to the community. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a role model and you make videos as a job, or you do it because you genuinely care about the community and you grew up in it and you want to lead players down the right path, great. Stay as long as you want. You want to actually like inspire kids to live a different way, play it from a different lens, and actually like inspire people to be less toxic. Why did I say less toxic? That didn't make any sense. But if you're here to like inspire people and help the community out and lead players down the right path and give them advice, great. You can play any age you want. But if you are literally like 50 years old and you're making all these videos telling these kids, I'm making an Animal Jam video, blah, 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 when really you just want money, then I don't know what to say to that, because Animal Jam is not a steady job. If you weren't aware by now, it's 2020. Animal Jam is not a steady job. It's a hobby, and if you want to make videos for it, it better be out of a passion and not out of a desire for fame and fortune, because try to imagine this. You become famous in a dead game, or not necessarily dead, it's not dead yet, because people still play it and it's been growing since the pandemic started, but anyways, try to imagine when this whole quarantine ends and the pandemic is over and Animal Jam starts plummeting again. Reality will sink in that your Animal Jam fame was short-lived, and what was the point of it? You know what I'm saying? Do it because you actually have a passion for it, not because you want money for it. That's my advice to any adults out there who still unironically think that playing Animal Jam and making a channel off of it will make them world famous and that they're going to get anywhere in life, you know? I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but that's just the reality of it, you know? We're not living in 2012 anymore, we're living in 2020, and Animal Jam is not a career choice in this day and age. It's a hobby. A lot of people misconstrue the whole Jambassador role as a career, and, oh, it's like a job. No, it's not a job. If it were a job, I would have to be making videos, like, every week, and I'd actually have to get paid and all that stuff. It would have to be, like, an actual steady, stable job. But it's not, because we get to make videos whenever we want to. We can take breaks whenever we want to. It's not a job. Nobody here in the Jambassador program gets paid for this. We do it to represent the game, because we genuinely care about the game and its community. And if you don't care about the game or its community, then you shouldn't be a Jambassador. If you're just doing it because you want the fame, you shouldn't do it, period. And the reason I'm even making this video is because I was walking into the pillow room. Sometimes I go into the pillow room, I sneak in there, and I just witness the silly pillow room drama, because it's funny to watch. It's fun to see people act like total hooligans in the pillow room. So when I saw this group of Arctic wolves, these snobby, rare Arctic wolves who think they're so better than everyone else, they were all talking about how it's creepy that there are actual teens and adults that play the game, and they were saying, wow, it's so creepy, I can't believe that there are teens who play, like, they need to grow up and quit. And I'm like, it's 2020 and people still think that age is a reason to quit? No, it's maturity. Now, I'm not saying I'm the most mature person on earth, because, I mean, I myself am 22 years old and I play Animal Jam, and I'm not the most mature person in real life, but as long as you know how to act around kids and teens, then you're fine. If you know how to behave around them, if you know how to act respectfully, then you're fine. I mean, I know I kind of have a bit of an attitude, I'm a bit blunt sometimes, but it's only because I care, okay? I'm just a straightforward person. It's not meant to offend anyone or be immature. It's just who I am, unfortunately. I mean, you either love me or you hate my guts. I've said that before. When I was like 16, 17 years old, I just wanted to play the game for fun, to help it out, to be there for the jammers, you know, lead them down the right path. And to be told, oh, you're too old for that, you have to quit. Like, that is the stupidest, most illogical thing I've ever heard. Just because of your age. Oh, because of your age, you can't help the community. You can't do that stuff anymore. It's very shallow, and it just makes the adults who play the game feel like they shouldn't play. You know, there are plenty of great adults in this community that a lot of their fans would miss them if they quit. Imagine how stupid that would be if we told all the adults, if you're over the age of 18, you have to quit. Doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're a role model. It doesn't matter if you have friends on here. You have to quit. Can you imagine how stupid and unfair and frankly dystopic that would be if we lived in a world where that was a thing? That would suck. It's about as logical as saying when you reach a certain age, you can't watch Disney movies anymore, you can't collect plushies or anything like that. I know some adults who still have that inner child in them, and they still collect toys, they still watch their childhood TV shows, because it's nostalgia. Like, what's wrong with going back and revisiting your childhood? Nobody wants to forget that, you know? Nobody wants to forget their precious childhood memories, so you shouldn't be ashamed if you still play the game to make videos and just try to make memories for the kids that currently play the game as kids. They're gonna grow up one day and they're gonna thank you for bringing light to their lives by doing that. But yeah, I hope you get my point. If you're gonna play a kid's game, you have to be a mature adult to do so. I know it sounds contradictory, but if you play Animal Jam, you're not a mature adult, as I've heard some people say. But no, if you're actually a decent, kind person who genuinely cares about the community, you should not feel like you have to quit. Just remember, if you're gonna play, be mature. Act the way adults would act around kids. Think of it as like a teacher. Do you ever see teachers at school literally talking to the students like they're buddies? That's just weird, and it's frankly inappropriate. They have to be role models and respectful and people to actually be relied on, not people who are literal adult children and never left 3rd grade. Don't be one of those people. Otherwise, it is time for you to quit. So yeah, that was a pretty unique Too Old for Animal Jam video. I explained that yes, you can play, but you gotta follow certain conditions. Stay out of drama. Act mature. Don't think you can play like every other kid in the game. Basically, it's like if you're gonna be a teacher, you have to be worthy of being a teacher. That's my honest opinion on adults playing this game and being Gymbassadors. Act like adults. Don't be age regressors. It's not cool, okay? It's not cool to act like you're 12 years old when you're 25. And I think this applies with anything. Imagine going to the carnival and you're waiting in line for the rides. Are you going to sit there and be impatient and hop up and down when there's a literal kid getting on the ride before you? Are you really going to act like that? No. If you're going to do kid things, be mature. Be a role model to the kids doing those things. Don't act like another little kid. It is so embarrassing, even for me, to watch grown adults have temper tantrums and whine over getting scammed or all this stuff. Like, you're grown adults. If you're really gonna play like you're a child, get a job. That's all I can say. And I know this is blunt. This is very blunt. But someone had to say it. I'm tired of those basic, if you're playing for fun, you can continue playing. Well, what does playing for fun mean? Does it mean doing whatever the heck you want and never being mature, or does it mean playing for fun but being a good role model as well and acting the way adults should act around kids? No one ever sat there and clarified that. I assume it's because they don't want to sound blunt or hurt anyone's feelings, but hey, guess what? I'm very blunt and honest. Sometimes the truth has to be said, and sometimes there's adults on this game who need to let go and grow up. Other than that, you're clear and you can stay as long as you want. And as for the really shady individuals on this game, you know, the creeps, the adults that are really creepy, I'm not gonna say anything about them, because it'll be too negative, but, those are the types of adults we do not need on this game. You want to lecture adults for being too old and playing Animal Jam? I suggest you lecture the bad adults, the ones who act like immature children, not the good ones who literally are doing good services for the community. Don't target the good ones just because there are a few bad apples out there. That's not fair. Gosh, the way I talk in these videos, I sound like a father lecturing children. I am sorry about that. Alrighty, well, have a good day, and I hope this video makes those of you who I've ever thought, what are the limitations for being an adult and playing Animal Jam? Well, I just told you that. You can play no matter what age you are, but you have to act appropriately. That's all I have to say. Okay, goodbye.